Hello, and welcome to Seazons Change Podcast. I am your host, Shellfontae, and I would like to continue on the topic of domestic violence. I wrote a book. I'm an author of a book called Gift Wrapped in Bondage, where it talks about, I have different topics in there that I share about being broken, in bondage, talk about wounds and different things like that transpired in my life. And so I want to read out of the chapter a little bit about being broken. And so it says, what does it mean to be broken? To break something means something is fractured, it's damaged, crushed, fragmented, or in pieces. I'll say it again. To break something means something broken means something fractured, damaged, crushed, fragmented, or in pieces. And so how does that relate to domestic violence? Well, if you are broken, if you are fragmented, or if you feel like you're in pieces, that's what domestic violence can do to you. Abuse can make you feel each and every one of those synonyms that I just described. And that's what I was. With the low self-esteem that I had and all of the wounds caused me to feel that way. And I must say that in order for those fragments to be put back into place, I had to do something different. I had to get tired of my situation, of going through what I was going through. And I had to make a change and want something and do something different for a different result. And so what did I do? I began to put the pieces back together. And it started with my mind. And that was the renewing of my mind. I had to get into the Word of God to find out who I really was and who it was that God created me to be. What did He say about me and who I was and what I was to do? Did that happen overnight? Absolutely not. I talk about that team of people, the people that you surround yourself with. So what did I have to do? I had to find people that I trusted, entrusted my life to. That consisted of someone very close that could speak into me, speak life back into me. Because when you're broken and you're fragmented, you pretty much feel like you're lifeless. I felt lifeless. And so I surrendered unto the Lord my life totally. I totally surrendered my life to God. I had nothing left. I had nowhere else to go, no one else to turn to, and no one else to trust. And so I decided to trust Jesus. That is where the turning point and how I turned the curve in my life. I learned how to pray. I learned so many things. And so I had a pastor that pulled me under her tutelage, I should say. And she poured into me. Not just one pastor, but several pastors, several people God placed in my life at the appointed time, because there was an appointed time. And people taught me, and I was open. My spirit was broken, but I was open to being healed. And so I encourage you today to be open. Find someone that you can trust. Find a local church, a pastor that you can get sound advice from, and trust Jesus. If you don't have a relationship with him, I encourage you to find time and get a relationship with the Lord. Until next time, thank you for joining this episode of Seasons Change. Bye-bye.